New source is telling In Touch magazine that Prince Harry has reached out to his brother William for a truce. Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signore, and I'm having trouble wrapping my head around this one, if I'm being honest, and I look forward to breaking this down. Before we get there, I do want to thank all of you that have come over to the second channel, and we announced the name. If you missed it, where have you been? Welcome to Popcorned Palace. That's right. If you like this royalty and gossip, which a lot of you are discovering and liking, please subscribe here, because we still will cover it from time to time, but we're only going to cover that over on Popcorn Planet. So I hope, Popcorn Palace. So I hope you will come on over and support us there. Really proud of our artwork. That's AI. They do not endorse, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle do not endorse this channel, but I figured that might actually entice a lot of you to come on over. So if you haven't already, hit the subscribe across the board to Popcorn Planet, Popcorn Palace, Steph the Alter Nerd, Movie World, Nerd Report, it's Kim. My gosh, we got so much for you to watch over here, and so excited to break all this stuff down for you. All right, now, please, if you haven't already do that, go on over. Also, smash the like button. But let's break down today's latest, which is reporting that, yes, Prince Harry has reached out to William to call a truce. Now, why? Well, of course, because money. money. That's really the problem here for Prince Harry and Meghan. They're stressing because they realize, crap, we got to work now. We got to really work now. How are we going to sustain the type of money that we just were given as royals? Now we got to actually go do stuff, and people aren't as into it this much. A lot of people are calling this out, and we just thought we'd be, awesome royals. Well, that's not turning out to be the case. So yeah, this is the rumor coming in. Now this came in from In Touch magazine, just so we're clear. Prince Harry and Meghan thinking of returning to royal family and calling a truce. I just don't buy Meghan doing that. I just don't buy that. So again, a lot of the stuff we report on regarding the royals, especially over on the other channel, it is gossip. It's speculation. It's royalty, as we call it. So take that as you will. But I'm curious what you guys think. Do you buy this or not? Excuse me. Do you think that the Harkles, I guess that's what we call them, Harry and Meghan Markle, the Harkles, do we think that they would do this? Now here's the full quote coming in. Sky News pulled it up because I guess this was in the mag. I don't know where this. Anyway, here was the full quote from the insider from In Touch Weekly. Obviously, Megxit has blown up in their faces. Harry is starting to wonder if they made the right decision leaving England. He's even suggested to Meghan that they return to London and the royal family. Harry admitted he'd phoned William to call a truce and told his brother he and Meghan would be open to going back to London, where they would serve King Charles. Harry needs a plan B, even in light of everything that's happened. How would it look if Charles said no? Look, I got a lot of red flags with this quote. One, the fact that, I believe that Harry would think he could do this. I would believe that. But after everything he's done in the book and the Oprah interview and the interviews he's done on the book tour, I don't see how the family now is just going to be like, oh, we forgive you. All is good. Thanks so much. He caused a lot of stress and broke trust. Like, that's why so many people are upset at him. He broke the trust of the family. Regardless of what you think of the royals, this is still a family at the heart, and he betrayed them. Now, he can suggest and say that the family had betrayed his trust by putting stuff out there or not being fair and respectful to his wife. They didn't write a book. They didn't go on Oprah. That's the reality here. And yeah, I don't see them just accepting this like this sort of artist quote seems. Now, this quote sounds like a Harry quote where he's like, well, yeah, I'm going to call my brother and I'm going to call William and just make a truce. And we're open to coming back. Like, that's type of stuff I could get, but I just don't believe that William and Charles would just be so like, oh yeah, sure, buddy, come on back. We got your room still ready for you guys. I don't think it's that kind of relationship anymore. So I'm a little hesitant to believe this quote just because, sure, Harry may be nervously thinking it, and I'm sure some of you are disagree even with that. I know probably Steph would too, but because he wanted out of there. She's right about that. But a desperate measures. Maybe? I'm curious where you guys think on this one. Does this seem realistic to you at all? Because the money issues are valid. Did they make the right decision leaving England? And then Can you imagine that conversation with Meghan? I think we better go back. After this big to-do that we just threw, we're going to head back there and just ignore everything we've done. Now, whether that's the right move or not is a whole separate conversation. Going back with your tail between your legs to try to woo everyone back and apologize and get back into place might be smart for him, because then he'd be back to being, the prince, not having to worry about stuff. He'd have to do princely duties, but I think a lot of royals would still never really forgive him for all the things he said and done. So I'm torn on this one. Here we have Kinsey, who's been on the show. She's coming back.
So it appears to me like, yes, Harry might be more popular according to this poll, but does that expand his opportunities professionally? I just don't think so at this point in time, especially if that report is correct, that he's looking for some help back home.
Yeah, again, she's like, if that report is correct. I just don't know if I buy this. Now, look, I'll be honest. I do hope these brothers can get back together and make peace. Like, I don't want any family to be fighting like this. I don't. A lot of people just want like the worst for this couple. My reporting is never going to just be crap. I'm going to call it like I see it. It's all fair game to talk about this royal stuff. And I think, I would love for this family to get back together. I think it's sad, but you got to remember what he said in this book. He said some stuff in this book. Now, again, he's allowed to say it, but the royals are now allowed to be annoyed and not trust him after it. You know what I mean? That's the big problem here. Once you break that trust and you reveal personal details about something that you learned in private or about friends or family, close ones, once you're the person who's out there, spreading secrets, no one's going to trust you again. You're not, it's a huge thing. It's why it's so sad. We live in a world right now where everyone's just sharing DMs and things and calling people. It's like certain times, it's worth it because this person's really bad, like criminal, etc. But more often than not, people are just offended, easily offended, eternal victims, and they are actually doing a disservice to actual victims because they feel wronged and, that. Everything's an issue. Yeah, all right, I'll stop it. But that's the point. They've created this problem where they are. I don't see them as the victims. Sure, victims of being in paparazzi and some bad press and harassment because they're celebrities. Okay, but like in the scope of the world and the problems that people face and crimes against people. Sorry, wah, you crybabies. I don't have empathy as much for that. I had a little bit, but they've now pushed it out of me with all the other nonsense that they've put there. And so that's the end of the day. Like, I don't know. That said, there's a viral clip of them. We can see this new clip from an old documentary that's resurfaced on TikTok of the brothers from a while back, a few years back, having fun together. You can tell that the brothers, genuinely care about each other. This Elizabeth at 90 thing, it's on TikTok. Here it is. Sorry. But like when you look back on this, it's like, there's clearly a brotherly love and respect. And I do feel bad that they've lost that. I do. As they were watching footage of their father. I do believe there's real love and support between them. And I would hope that at some point they could get past their differences to do it. But that's the problem here. Harry crossed a lot of lines. And I don't know if he's going to forgive him as easily. That's what's so strange about this. So what do you guys think of this quote? Do you buy it? Here's the full quote again. Do you buy this? Do you really think Meghan is just going to be like, okay, Harry, let's go back? I don't know. We got more to talk about. Speaking of Meghan, you're not going to miss the follow-up here where Meghan doesn't have to follow any rules. We got a new one that's going to be over in Popcorn Palace in a bit. If you haven't subscribed there and here, and Steph, going over there, I'll put the link, the Popcorn Kernel. You can go there. On the main channel page, you'll see all the channels to subscribe to, support our galaxy here. And thank you so much for watching. There it is. I'll put the kernel there. Click on that kernel, subscribe, check out the videos, subscribe here, and stay tuned for more other coverage of other news here on Popcorn Planet as well.